Welcome to the Player Supreme Show here at ZenMac.com. I am your host, Player Supreme. Yeah, fellas, welcome to the show. I put up a post titled Game. There are two videos there. You notice they're the same videos with two different titles. You'll notice my notes afterwards. Now, a lot of people mistake this as me talking about politics. You're a damn fool. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about game. In the past, kings, queens, people who are leaders used game to get to their positions of power. There are two qualities of game that you need to know about. First one is manipulation. People that use game are masters at manipulating the truth for their own benefit. That means they will do whatever it takes to achieve their goal. That's why so many of you fail at the game. So many of you retire to just watching what's going on the forum, in the Facebook group. One fellow in the group named Gareth, not his real name, he left and made some post I deleted about something about karma and all this other stuff. He realized the power of game. Realized he's been programmed to be a nice guy. As the people who have the game programmed you guys to be. They don't want you meddling with stuff that's not within your realm of knowledge, above your pay grade. They want you to be sheep. They want you to be peasants. They want you to be the working class. Game is game, whether it's dealing with women, whether it's selling cars, whether it's dealing with politics, or it's dealing with the kings and queens. It's still game. When you walk into a car salesman and the salesman who has mastered and actually knows of the game manipulates you into buying what he wants you to buy, or whether you're dealing with a female who's pulling game on you, flaking and coming up with excuses, stretching you out. So maybe you don't have the ability to see when a female is stretching you out, playing with your emotions for whatever purposes, whatever purpose she chooses to. You have no ability to see game. I'm so surprised at members on my forum and in the Facebook group. They have the ability to see game. I put a perfect example in front of you. From the political game, politicians manipulate to get the power. They are masters at manipulation, or they hire someone who is a master at manipulation. We are being manipulated every day by game. Newspapers run their game on us. News agencies that when we sit down to watch the evening news run game on us. You've heard it's all just a game. What, you thought they were joking? You deserve to be a peasant if you can't wake up to the truth. You've had the world pulled over your eyes. So the first tool of game is the ability to manipulate. If you can't handle that, you don't deserve to be in the game. You deserve to be gamed. One of the fools out there. You need to take the blue pill and go on back to sleep. Slap yourself first, then go on back to sleep. You deserve the hell that you will live in for not waking up. To at least be able to see when game is being pulled. So I use two examples. Two different titles. Same thing. InfoWars was using game. InfoWars was using game. RSD used game a long time ago when he said there was a secret society where they get all the sex they wanted. all of the thirsty, weird creeps in PUA fell for that game. There was some secret society they belonged to where they get all the sex they wanted. All they do was walk up to whoever they wanted sex from and say, let's fuck. They used game on you. I saw it back then. Notice they stopped talking about it. If it were true, they would have been killed. They took advantage of that movie, Eyes Wide Shut, and other movies like that, to portray an air of mystique about them. And it worked. They gamed this community. Manipulated. InfoWars is gaming its viewers. Sammy Sotomayor in the black community games black people to get more clicks. The man that runs InfoWars is gaming. He was a nobody. He was a nobody, failing until he discovered this. I saw right through him after a few videos. So why I don't watch him anymore. I know exactly what he is doing. Sensationalizing. That's part of game. You knuckleheads can't see that. It's about game. Manipulation. We'll get to power and control in just a minute. But first you have to be able to manipulate. He manipulated the title to fit his agenda. His agenda is to support Donald Trump. That man is actually a closet racist, as most white males are in America. If you graduated from any type of high school in America, you are a racist. You were programmed to be this. As one white woman said, who developed the test, blue-eyed, brown-eyed. If you've heard of that test, go look for it on YouTube. Very, very interesting. And she does it with adults. She's done all over the states. She flopped in England. They resented her. But you have to watch that video to understand what I'm talking about. Otherwise, what I'm saying, you're not learning anything, which means your behavior will not change. And you'll be the same dumb asshole that you were before I even opened my mouth. I said mouth, not mouth. Ebonics. So, InfoWars manipulated the title. Why? Ask yourself, why would he change the title when what he said didn't happen? In fact, it was the other side, his side, that caused the assault. Why did he lie? He is using game. After that video played, it went on to another one of his videos where he's given some great announcement about Donald Trump. That Donald Trump knows about the Illuminati. If you think you can get as rich as Donald Trump and not know, and not actually be a part of it, he is a tool. Let's put it like that. Why would he say that? Because he's now part of the whole system. He's the loudmouth that blabbers about them, but nothing ever gets done. He controls the flow of information. He's the type that will put down people who actually have honest information. And make sure you don't watch them. It's called COINTELPRO, if you know anything about the black community. We've had agents in our community doing the same thing. Ferguson, the first night of the riots. That was not started by the locals. Despite what you heard in the white media, it was not started by the locals. People showed up who they didn't know who they were. Do you not think the people in power don't have blacks they can send to a black community? They've always hid them. There's a good video on YouTube where one of them, as I said before, worked for the FBI at the time. He documented what he was paid, who his handler was. He went to jail. Wake up. You've got to wake up. So in the second video, he said Trump was aware of it. He intimated that he knows people that vacations with him. If you watch him, he's not a good liar. Watch him carefully. Watch his eyes. Pick up on his body language, which is what something you guys lack the ability to do. That's why I see so much. I read people like a motherfucker. Watch that video and you'll see what I'm talking about. Just play the first one. It'll come up. Some revelation about Donald Trump, which is totally bogus. He shows a photo that looks like it's taken from a curtain, behind a curtain, with showing the back of Donald Trump and some other guy standing facing the wall. You didn't pick up on that if you've seen that one. Christian Davis is one of the dumbest asses I've ever seen. He's black and got caught up in this shit. He doesn't have the ability to see jack shit. He's so blind. And of course he's going to hang on to that because that's his God. I feel sorry for you people raised on that site. Getting pimped. Getting gamed. I'm not attacking InfoWars. I'm showing you the game. I don't care. If you're stupid enough to fall for the bullshit out there, then so be it. But I'm trying to open your eyes to the game. The same game all of our kings and queens of the past, going way back to the beginning of time when the first man stood up and said he was from God. God appointed him as the king. And he rose to power, which is my second topic. Power and control. People in power know how to keep control over the people. If you think America is free, it's only an illusion. Now, I'm not going to speak out against my country, but let's get to the real truth. We believe that we have power. We believe that we have control. No, we don't. The leaders who we appointed have the power and the control. Just like in a game with women, your goal is to get power and control. It starts with manipulation. I gave the tool of female mind seduction to manipulate her mind. I gave you how to make a woman come, to get her sexually addicted to you, along with the female mind seduction. To have total control, so she ends up wearing a sign on her ass saying property, or a t-shirt saying property of Richard. When you have that power exists in the people's mind. You put it there through your manipulation. Just like charisma exists in the people who view someone as charismatic. It's not some magnetism the person has. He does things that makes people think he's charismatic. It's the same thing. These people who are our leaders, they have no real power. They have the ability to make you think they have power. It has to happen in the people's minds that are beneath them to support the pyramid structure. Remember, it's still a pyramid structure. Just like it is in the game with pussy. You have more than one woman, you're the head of the pyramid, all the females are beneath you. You've manipulated them into putting you into a place of power and control over them, just as a pimp does. It's a pyramid structure. I don't know if many of you guys can grasp what I'm saying, because you guys want to get some ass. Spring, it sounds cool, but I just want some pussy, man. If you are that stupid, please don't sign up for another month. Don't sign up for another month, please. because you and I are not going to have a good time. It's a waste of your time, waste of my time. Okay? Just so you know. If what I'm saying vibes somewhere inside you, that means you're swallowing the red pill. Let it marinate. Think about it. Think about the people that we elect into office. We give them the power. As it is with respect. Nobody can force respect. It is earned. It is given by the people that respect you. So if I have the respect of women, what have I done to get that respect? If you want the respect of women, you want them to respect you as a man. What are you doing that prevents them from respecting you as a man? Think about what I'm saying today. Let what I'm saying marinate. Let it sink in. Let your mind absorb it. If it doesn't vibe, stop listening to me. Stop watching my videos. Just go on, have your life. You'll be okay. Not everybody was meant to wake up to the truth. Go live your normal life. Find maybe a girlfriend that you can wipe up a cupcake and marry and have your 2.5 kids and your house with a picket fence, PTA, vacations. Enjoy your life. Okay? For me, this has been a journey of frustration when I came on the internet. Remember I told you I woke up with the ability to see. Start seeing. Start putting things together. Like I understand why blacks smoke weed. We're sick. We're actually mentally sick. I mean, after 40 years of you know what I'm gonna say, slavery, then racism, struggle. Of course, my race is mentally sick. I see why they self-medicate. I see why those that are in power funneled weed and drugs into the community by the truckloads. Otherwise, we would have exploded as we were starting to do in the 60s. There's a fellow named Jason runs around and blames people of my generation and before all that for laying down. We were drugged down. We didn't have the ability to see the truth. We didn't have access to the internet to see what's going on all over the world, put two and two together. But he still blames. That is a smoke and mirror. We need to turn on the fans in our minds and blow away the smoke and mirrors that are all around us. When you have the ability to see game, you have the ability to see the game that women put on you, that your employers put on you. You have the ability to see the game that politicians pull. In the video, I pointed out there was an agent there working for the Trump people. How do I know he's an agent? I have the ability to see through people's bullshit. I woke up the truth. Now, listen carefully. When you watch that video, notice the white male with the beard and the nice haircut. Notice what he's wearing. If he is not middle line white America, suddenly out of all the people there in their coats and dresses they are, this man shows up. Right there in the center of it. And when he is challenged, he has the ability to refute everything thrown his way. That is well rehearsed. I did debate. I know that. If you've done debate before, you recognize his skill at turning the tide, moving the information flow, the argument. controlling his side. And don't think there weren't some on the black side. I just didn't pay attention to them, except for the black male in the mask with the nappy hair. I saw him in another video. I thought, what an embarrassment. He was the one that was attacking the black guy that was a Trump supporter. I don't care who you support, fellas. If you don't see it's all a fucking game, then you're a dumbass. You deserve to be caught up in all the bullshit that's going on with politics. It's when we stop playing the game, we start paying attention. That's when you kind of wake up, realize you've been had. A Democrat. Republican. Really? Come on. Come on. You've got to be smarter than that. They give you two sides so you can join something, so you don't see. The people in power stay in power. You're still struggling. You're still where you are. You don't know how to rise up out of the shit that you were born into. That's too bad. Game is game, whether it's women controlling you, using game on you, having power over you, or whether it's politicians or leaders. So the purpose of game is to have power and control. They use manipulation to get this power and control, as I use manipulation to get the power and control that I had over my women. Okay? If you don't like that, leave. If that's just too dirty for you, the same tools that if you're in Europe, if you're English, that the kings, queens, dukes, all those used on your people, because nobody listens to me is from any royalty. No, they're too busy being royal. They're too busy being duke of this and earl of that. They're not concerned with the commoners. In their society, even their jackasses, their uglies, they get laid left and right. You're peasants. You're peasant people if you're not part of them. That's why you're having trouble. You don't see the game. You haven't learned about the game of manipulation, power, and control. The end result is control. When you have control over a woman's mind, you control the pussy. You can have the pussy any way you want to. That is what I left behind when my little brother died. I said no more. And I haven't picked up that mantle since. As I said, I haven't used any of that on Jovina. She respects me because of who I am. I am the type that'll use power, manipulation, control. Okay? That's respectable. You have it twisted. You fell for the Hollywood shit of being the nice guy, the struggling guy, the underdog. They sold you that shit to keep you where you are. How dare you raise your head up and try to be something better than what they meant for you to be. Every time you do it, they come out with another movie. Another TV show. The TV show called The Magician. Notice how the hero is now a scrawny, fumbling dweeb, a weak man who looks asexual. That's what they're pushing. Ask yourself, why him? Why did they put him in the role? Do you ever question anything? No. You sit there trying to get more ass, never question that goddamn thing in your fucked up little lives. Why put him in the role? One good thing they did is they made an East Indian guy a badass. They stopped picking on the East Indians and making them nerds and geeks. Of course, they got to make them shady. Yeah, they can't just give them, some power. Not coming out of Hollywood. They made them shady, shiftless. I just finished watching the recent Divergent film. It was online. I see what they do. Made the black guy a coward. Said, "I'm out of here." Dropped his rifle and ran. You got to. None of you guys think, why did they write that in there? Why did they write that in there? After Obama won, first time, I talked about how I kept seeing him portrayed in different scenarios on TV. They had someone who looked just like him, and he was bumbling, he was fumbling. I talked about that back then. You guys don't see the game that's being played on you. But I hope now, at least some of you will think, start to question. Why did they write it this way? Well, we do know that they want to maintain, if you're white, they want to maintain white supremacy so that you guys have your bubble of protection. You know that. You guys have heard that before, so you know that. You know it's there to support you. If you have trouble accepting it, too bad. It's the way it is. Own it, like Louis C.K. did in his jokes about, being white is like the best thing. I'm signing up for this shit again. He was right on. I love that skit. It's real. Okay? So after that, start to question. Open your eyes. Start to question what you're seeing. Even the videos on YouTube, you got to question. Like InfoWars guy showing that photograph, supposedly secret photograph of the curtains opened. And the back of Donald Trump looks like, it's so fake. It's so photoshopped. It's so amateurish. But look at the hundreds of thousands of people that fell for it. Oh my goodness. Look at the hundreds of almost 1 million people fell for it and didn't even question. They don't see. And so maybe you're just like them. You watch those 2 videos? Thought I was talking about Trump. It gets frustrating sometimes, fellas, but I hope you understood what I'm saying. I hope you learned something from it. Peace out.